Hi and welcome to the Travel Boss. Today's video is about the top 10 things to do in Lubbock. The charming city of Lubbock is now home to almost 300,000 people, but back in the day, this area was a sleeping town known for its farming industry. The production of cotton in particular was one reason why this town boomed, and even today, this is still a major industry in the area. The town may have started life in an unassuming way, but now it is home to the powerhouse Texas Tech University. Another reason Lubbock is now firmly on the map is due to some of its alumni, as musical talent Buddy Holly once called this city home. Let's get started. Number 10. The National Ranching Heritage Center. The National Ranching Heritage Center, or the NRHC, spans an impressive 16 acres and has an amazing 48 buildings, some of which date back to the 18th century. The NRHC has been lovingly preserved and can be visited throughout the year, when guests here can take a tour of the center and learn how life would have been in days gone by for the ranchers who lived and worked here. There are also events held throughout the year, including during the holiday season, such as candlelight at the ranch in December, so make sure you check what's on when you're in town. Number 9. Buddy Holly Center. One of Lubbock's most famous sons is the musical genius Buddy Holly, and with that in mind, visitors should head to the Buddy Holly Center in the Depot Entertainment District of the city, itself also something of a cultural landmark. The center features a static exhibit that will tell you all about Buddy Holly's life and impressive musical career, and you will find period artifacts that belong to the musician, as well as anecdotes and other antique memorabilia. Part of the center is also the Allison House, which was the childhood house of Jerry Ivan Allison, who was a drummer for Buddy Holly's band The Crickets, and who collaborated with Holly over the years to write some of their greatest hits. The house is much as the Allison family left it, and some antiques will give guests a unique glimpse into this special time in the history of the house. Number 8. Silent Wings Museum. Housed in Lubbock's former airport terminal, the Silent Wings Museum is dedicated to America's glider pilots of World War II, 80% of whom were trained here. The highlight of the aircraft on display is a perfectly restored Waikio CG-4A. This giant glider is hung from the ceiling, but low enough to the ground to allow you to peer inside and imagine what it must have been like to descend, without an engine, from 1,500 feet in the air to a remote airstrip in a country in a state of war. Also on display are other aircraft and related items, including a smaller glider, glider components, and military equipment that was typically transported by gliders, such as bulldozers and jeeps. The walls and displays show photographs and other artifacts and memorabilia. A 15-minute documentary details the exploits and bravery of the World War II glider pilots. Number 7. American Windmill Museum. As you drive along America's highways, you will no doubt see the giant modern windmills off in the distance. For a greater understanding of these towering machines and how they developed from their humble beginnings, a visit to the American Windmill Museum is in order. Here you will find the world's largest windmills spread across 28 acres. Artfully displayed in two custom-built massive buildings are more than 200 windmills dating from the 1860s to the present day. Also of note is an impressive 6,600 square foot model train display, highlighting the relationship between the railways and windmills. The trains run around the entire building on 2 levels, joined by a one-of-a-kind spiral track that makes the climb possible. Number 6. Bayer Museum of Agriculture. The Bayer Museum of Agriculture is also known as the American Museum of Agriculture and is dedicated to the strong history of farming in the Lubbock area. The museum has a range of exhibits that will take visitors back in time to the days when agriculture was just getting started here, and you can expect to find a range of antique items on display. Some of these include old-fashioned pedal tractors as well as a model of a blacksmith studio from the 1920s. There are also galleries dedicated to the history of cotton production in Lubbock, and many of the exhibits are interactive to give you a hands-on experience as you walk through the agricultural history of this city. Number 5. Lubbock Lake National Historic Landmark. If you want to know more about how human life first came to Lubbock, then make sure you visit the Lubbock Lake National Historic Landmark. Here you will find this amazing preserve that shows evidence of human life from 12,000 years ago, and there are archaeological and historical treasures dotted around the landmark to fill you in on the cultural significance of this area. There is a 3-mile trail here where you can hike to the Yellow House Canyon, and there is a range of events held throughout the year that will tell visitors more about the archaeological significance of this area, such as Archeology in Action Nights, where excavation crews work in front of visitors. If you want to know more about how the first Americans would have lived in this region, then this is not to be missed during a trip here. Number 4. Mackenzie Park. Majestic Mackenzie Park sprawls over an impressive 248 acres in the city, and as such, this is also the largest area of parkland in the city of Lubbock. The park has a huge range of activities for visitors to enjoy, including a newly installed and fully serviced golf course, as well as the well-loved Joyland Amusement Park, which sits in the center. There are more low-key activities here, such as a disc golf course and even a unique prairie dog town, where visitors can see these cute indigenous animals in their natural habitat. There are hiking and equestrian trails all over this area, so you can explore the park in a range of different ways. And there are also delightful gardens dotted across the landscape that tell the story of Lubbock. Number 3. Museum of Texas Tech University. Lubbock is known for being the home of Texas Tech University, so with this in mind, it stands to reason that there is a museum dedicated to the university here as well. The museum features over 5 million exhibits related to Texas Tech, and you can learn all about arts, natural sciences, and humanities subjects that are studied here. There is also the Moody Planetarium that has laser and stargazing shows here daily, so budding astrologers should not miss the chance to come here for a whistle-stop tour of the night sky. Number 2. Science Spectrum and Omni Theater. The Science Spectrum and Omni Theater features more than 250 permanent, interactive exhibits spread over 3 floors. In addition to the permanent exhibits, there is an ever-changing series of traveling shows. The center offers live animal shows, where you can get up close and personal with a wide variety of critters from around the world. The Omni Theater is another popular tourist attraction here, showing feature films on a giant screen. Number 1. Caviel Museum of African American History. The Caviel Museum of African American History is one of the newest museums in Lubbock, so with that in mind, make sure you check out this relative newcomer to find out all about African American history in the region. The museum aims to tell the story of this history through a range of exhibits that include artwork, as well as period artifacts and antiques. Permanent exhibits at the museum also feature displays that tell the stories of prominent local figures who helped to pioneer African American history in Lubbock. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.